Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge.
All right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
The dashboard lights up with orange glow. The rounds per minute gauge jumps, and the engine of the Caprice Canelo, like a leopard waking from its sleep. Yawning, and the lights unfold with a little click.
There you go. I'll turn them off from the remote once you're done.
The white suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so...
This game is so good.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board. With the permeables, an aluminium block runs the width of the surface. Looks like an official...
What? That thing. It depends.
Maybe yours will have how many...
Any... All RC...
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the light.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard. As you hold your ledger's clip under the head.
There she is. Revachol.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds. The rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM. And
let me see. Right here. No, it does not.
There are many of them, and they are divided. Right. The meaning of the perforations remains. There are many of them. The first row has 8. The next, you count 216 perforations.
Jesus.
Considering
that's so many.
Large number, a wave of pride washed. The last row has 3 perforations. That's it.
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record.
Proud of their numbers, often do.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered? Fair point. This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, wow, more than 200. It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers. Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations there. For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock Quarter, there are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen, but it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So, yes. Everyone has their own method of coping. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies. Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now. Why not gardening? You've already got the yellow gloves.
The lieutenant nods.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
You can now see your statistics on your journal page.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox, and the soft glow.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Sure, officer. What's the number? And the make of the... Got it. I'll contact the ICP database.
The International Collaboration Police, ICP, is an inter-Isolari law enforcement service, the crown jewel in the moral intern diadem, alongside EPIS and...
Of course. What is the number, officer?
Yes, hold on.
Received.
Give it a minute. She might be busy.
Officer, I have Sylvie Malaika on the line for you. Yes, hello? Oh, right. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? You mean, why did I leave the bar?
Why not?
Maybe, I don't know. No? Not me. No, sorry. I don't. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the...
So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it.
It was someone else. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just...
Yeah, go on. No, I don't know. It wasn't me. I haven't been out there since. I was terrified of the stench, and... Yes, I know who you are.
This exact conversation has happened before. Establishing authority before this young girl seems to...
Oh.
Real policemen have uniforms too, by the way. Where's yours? Yes, you absolutely should. It's awful that you lost it.
Please, no. Not this again. Everyone saw you were cool gun detectives. You were trying to impress some people with it. Everyone was eating, and... You were waving it around in everyone's face, begging them to describe it. You said it calms you, and then you started making
Jesus
suicide
Christ.
Oh, those again. I have been trying to wean you off them. You know, when you put your gun, your actual gun, on your temple and pretend to shoot your brains out, off of that, people don't like that. I remember this. You were screaming things like,
Let's see. Okay, well, here we go.
No idea. All I know is next you were waving around money instead, saying things like, big bucks cannot lie, and guns can't buy money, but money can always buy guns. It almost looked like you pawned it. But believe me, I did not ask. I never saw you in any uniform. You had your things on. The disco things. Well, you tried to jam it down the toilet, sir. Claude, I am sorry about that. Anything else, detective? I do hope so. Please, don't call me again. Bye.
no, she doesn't have a problem with you. It must be someone else. You know women and their constant problems. Yak, yak. That's where you step in. You're Lieutenant Love, matchmaker extraordinaire. Help the poor girl out, lest she turns into a... What misogyny? I'm just telling things the way they are. You have to act, Lieutenant Love. You have to calm that hysteric down.
Oh my
Think
god,
you
I
can
should have
do that,
never even tried.
Lieutenant Love?
Oh my god.
No. What?
God, what is happening in your head?
Oh, God. Please, just stay out of my life.
What? What is it?
Call was dominated by the other person. Anything else, officer?
It's on. The love quest is on. Too late, everyone. It's on. Take it to God now.
God. No, okay, no, this is doomed. But I mean, God. Let's see.
It will take...
Her voice is
Gottlieb,
He's carelessly chewing on a piece of hard candy.
oh, it's you. With all the damage you've been dealing yourself with drugs and alcohol, I'm not surprised. What else? I'm not a brain doctor.
It's hard to say if he doesn't believe you or doesn't care.
What? You want me to do blood work for you again? Tell you just how bad things really are across the board? You want another rundown of everything collapsing inside your body? You want the real, honest-to-God truth? Stop drinking, eat magnesium and vitamin D. Our station is not a retirement home. We don't have the funds to deal with rock stars past their prime. And no, I don't want to hear a political commentary on the topic. In fact, I got work to do. Some idiot has glued his...
It's not fucking cryo-actylate. It's super glue, Doc.
Cyanoacrylate is superglue.
Anything else I can help you with, officer?
Alright.
57.
In the cabin, you see a set of steering levers.
Guess it's bedtime.
Yes? What do you want to know? I'm afraid you and I are pawns in a you don't know. I assumed you were in on it. Better still than an imbecile cop-off. It's just stupidity. The cop kind. Our precincts can't decide if Martinez is part of Jamrock or the Industrial Harbor. Yours or mine, as if we somehow own parts of the city. Typical street gang. Well, sort of. It's less a matter of who gets. I think the dispatch desk just told both our stations about the hanging. There was quite the brouhaha at the 57th, I can tell you that. Time to settle it, they said. Cop off.
So he volunteered to represent the 57th, but not out of competitiveness. On the contrary. The silence carries.
Martinez? Nothing. It's just a puddle at the end of some drain. Yes, it's a wholly pointless matter. Forget I ever mentioned it.
Look at you. It's because you're a failure. They sent you to slight Precinct 57. Just think about it for a second. You're a raging alcoholic who showed up 3 days late wearing piss-stained disco garb. You weren't sent here to win.
I've considered I don't think I can say one way or another. I do think it's somewhat unlikely, though. I checked the records. This jurisdiction dispute, who polices Martinez, reaches back to the 30s. It's as old as my station. And all this time we can't decide who gets Martinez? I think, yes, both stations would prefer a win. I am the finest of nothing. Safe? No. But you're old. You've made it this far. Something has brought you through. So no, I don't think they sent you as a joke. And even if they did, they are in for a surprise.
Bro. Actual bro. Alright, let's see if I can go figure out how to fucking sleep. Oh, I probably got some. Let's see. Ah, okay. Hmm.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust. As you step in, he nods toward... Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Quebec. Please. It's... The man puts his cup down and replies something. His left hand drawing arcs in the air. He smiles and bangs. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling. The man keeps shaking his head. His eyes...
I don't think he understands, officer. We need to find some other way to make ourselves clear. He's from Grad, a Koiko.
With the mention of the word, he's from Grad. People from Grad don't mind if they're called by their national derogatives. It's okay to call him a Koiko.
Why am I the corpse? Doesn't matter. I don't think he understood us anyway. He wouldn't be smiling if he did.
Oh, no. What do you know, Fritz? Fritz more. No. I know.
Okay, we have our answer. It won't fit. We need...
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock.
You do? It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads? Eccentric. But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation. If you say so, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
The cobalt blue surface feels rough to touch. This old cobalt paint, rough on the fingers. It leads to a side building, adjacent to this one. The old building next to this. The door does not budge.
Can I help you? Thanks. I hope you found what you were looking for. How strange. I certainly didn't put them there. The trash collection service? CS Municipal. I don't see why...
Ah, the elusive CS Municipal. I doubt we'll be able to track down who was sent here. Thank you anyway.
Sylvie had the keys before I got here, and I can vouch for her. I can vouch for all my staff. None of us would tamper with the crime scene. I think fugue states are more your forte. Yes.
That's pretty good.
What thing? Oh, yes, that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious. No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of...
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job... So, I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though. After the accidents. And I haven't found a key. What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Yes, yes. For the dead...
Correct him.
I don't care. You're not putting a dead body into my fridge. This is a culinary establishment, not a morgue.
Kitchen.
It would only be...
Lieutenant, you too? You're asking too? No. The answer is no. I will not turn this place into some kind of macabre circus.
Let's go talk to the frit clerk.
Another thing. Great. Yes.
Oh man, I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't do it. I shouldn't. my my changed tingles.
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already? Oh, excuse me. Do you have something better to do than lust for sweet syrupy rum and lemonade? With a twist of lemon? Yeah, man, yeah. Your mesolimbic reward pathway is going wild at the thought. Lick it, lick it, lick it. Your receptors jump. Come, the lieutenant looks down to the window, then to you, licking the tip.
What are you doing? We should move.
You could definitely go for some more. The titillating scent of...
Nice.
I can't. It felt like springtime just a few...
Oh wow, it is snowing. Would you look at that?
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents.
Oh yeah, that's right. Sweet, sweet bottles. Where were they? I know you're around here somewhere. You will be mine. Sweet, fungible beauties. Yes.
This post, a faint sticker on the side reads, RCM Emergencies Desk number 8102. The box seemed eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with the crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also. The mailbox does not know how to man up. It is an impediment of...
Fuck, where are the bottles? Oh well. Well, we'll look down here. Then I got the dang old bag. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to investigate this motherfucker too.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses.
You like sunglasses, officer?
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hums. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for the show. If anything...
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, super material, very cool. UV resist. Oh, very interesting choice, officer.
This is how a sea monster sees the world. Alright, but these actually make your vision work.
Wow, officer. And they can be yours for a mere 3 real. My regular customer.
The lieutenant tilts his head and...
You look like a musician. Like a blind musician. But you could do worse. Take them if you want.
A man who knows his style. Much respect.
There are clothes. Save the economy. That's... You find the box smells like cat piss.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand. What?
Something cold grazes your hand. Synthetic and sleek.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir. Everything's still cool here, officer. Me? It's a boring story, officer.
This man probably comes from Seagull, sometimes known as the Apricot Suzerainty, an archipelago in the Samara Isola.
Very cool. I like your style, officer. Drugs? I don't go in for that, officer. Drugs ruin lives. Unless you're into drugs, of course. In which case, drugs are excellent. Mwah! Tasty, tasty drugs. That's very cool. A lot of the coolest detectives do drugs. Sadly...
Sir, it appears to be true. No drugs in sight. Not in the box of sunglasses or...
That's even cooler. You investigating that and all. But,
A blatant lie, sire. Yet he tells it with such conviction. We'd believe him if we didn't know better.
Who said that? It's the fat racist, right? I bet it's him. He has an agenda.
So you admit you're a lorry driver?
No, I just said I work.
Realizing he can't get out of it.
Okay, maybe I'm a lorry driver too. A little. But that's not the most important thing about me. That's my day job. This is my dream. No! That's insane. It's the fat hater. He's been eyeing me for a week and he's nothing. I told you.
And what?
Crowd, you know.
No, he wasn't talking about an abstract crowd. It was that crowd.
Shush, please. There's bad people doing bad things here. That's all I know. Please, don't get me into this mess. I spent 15 years working my way up.
Here we go. There's a tiny bit of truth on the table. Zoom in on it.
It's a she, okay? The other drivers call her the lady driver. You're better off staying away from her. The way they talk about her, she's no lady. All right! I scored! Let's cap this off with a purchase. You can walk away from here with funky sunglasses, detectives. Both of you.
Inland Empire is pretty fun. Hmm.
An old monument stands in the middle of the traffic island.
Oops. There we go.
The woman still has her eyes fixed on the photograph in her hands. In the background, no response.
If you want her attention, you may need to be more forceful.
Where am I? Who are you? Then I don't suppose you could tell me where we are, Lowman. Never mind. I remember now. I'm still stuck in that traffic jam. The men have small jaws and everything is made out of plastic. Why do you need plastic when you can make the world out of amber? Back in Mecca, during the time of the revolution, the side walls and cafes are until you came along, that is. This is Gabriel Buenguerro.
A strikingly handsome man looks straight at you, his head crowned with a wide brim hat.
He was the biggest star of his day. Girls used to faint in the aisles of cinema whenever he came on the...
In all likelihood, it's a world that's only ever existed in her mind.
I wasn't dreaming. I was there, Lowman. It was early spring, and the man behind the black sun had just come out. While you, people, were tearing each other up.
The Republic of Mesk is a massive confederation on the Isola of Muindi, the world's largest state by territory. It's a petrostate, a constitutional monarchy, and, as of recently, an outcast due to its tilt to the far right.
Someone was... They are someone's memories, boy. What if they're beautiful? That is all that matters. Beautiful and true.
All of what? The world? The present?
Why not, Harife? It's not like I have anything better to do in this...
There's something off about this woman. Tell her to show you the soles of her boots. Maybe she was at the hanging somehow.
Now what do you want with an old woman's boots, Sheriff? Please? I think you should let me get back to Gabriel Buenguerro.
She's wearing sturdy worker's boots, made of black leather.
Just before Gabriel, it was the coronation of Franco Negro. Now...
Moreover, the boots were size 37. Another discrepancy, although not boot-related, is the coronation of His Innocence, Franco Negro, which happened 500 years ago.
I could have told you that from just looking at them. The size is 37.
The feet of a little girl. They fit well on the pedals. Diamonds? Of course not. But wouldn't it be whatever stupid things they put in the lorry, I imagine? I quit concerning myself with that a long time ago. Besides, I don't drive the lorry for the cargo, if you know what I mean. Of course it does. What did you expect? Did you just call me a lady, Harife? I'm not that either, Harife. I've gone too far from it all to remember what was between my legs. It does. I'm only terrifying to small children, and to those who used to know me.
Yeah, it's not her. Believe me.
Because they can no longer recognize the person I once was. The big ones, the trucks. There's no women and men in the middle of this town.
In the background, a quiet song seeps from her cabin into the air. You don't hear any vocals.
How should I know? Do I look like I spend a lot of time with him?
She's just a distracted old woman.
So he doesn't think
You hear that, Lowman? I don't think your partner likes you spending too much time with me.
Nothing.
He doesn't want your frail mind caught up in something here. Something unconnected to the case. But connected to this woman tuning out like that.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm one of the best the Monosov's Land, Udashnaya Zemlya, the Transcatolia Magistral. You for 1A. Adestradas Dumira. All the good ones. Irma. I already am dust. What do I need drugs for, Lowman? What I see, what I feel, the great yes. There is a protagonista and an adversario. I am on the side of the adversary.
Those epithets are familiar somehow. I don't like the sound of any of that. Sounds like a horrible drug. The worst one of them all.
If you don't know...
Maybe if she thought you're corrupt.
Who the fuck is Iraq? Ah, and what do I care about the union boss? He's no Gabriel. He's no Franco Negro. Maybe. Probably not. Makes no difference to me either way. Just this month, I made half a dozen trips from Saramiriza to Grat, in the U41A. It's diamonds, Lowman, obviously. Easy. He's the skinny man who thinks he's a poet. Never trust a poet.
That's correct. There is no visibility of any of the others.
Diamonds are good for you, Lowman. You should try them sometime. Where do you want me to go? This isn't so bad. Or I can just relax.
I think we're done here, no?
Yes.
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserable. We can pick up where we left up.
Is this about the questions again? Because I don't really know anything. Wow. I didn't know you worked for the union, so anything else?
No, you don't work for the union. That was easy. Worryingly so.
A warehouse? I don't know. Maybe.
She looks up.
Fine. For it doesn't have a warehouse. Just a little back room here. Okay? Right behind you. You're joking, right? Yeah, super funny.
I thought so. You jerk.
A small cabinet on the wall is filled with various... Their logo is the bloodless rose.
Just ask me if you need anything from St. Baptiste. We don't stock prescription meds, but we do have Nosafed, Duramine, Magnesium, and Hypnogamma. Okay, here. I hope St. Baptiste makes you feel better or something.
So,
I don't know. Let's see. Nosafed, I don't really know what hypnogamma is. I guess it makes you feel less shit. It's recommended to use after lots of... no.
Nosafed heals +1 health. Dramine heals +3 health. Magnesium heals +1 morale. Hypnogamma heals +3 morale.
Okay, here. I hope Saint... Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes you feel better or something. Okay, here. I hope Saint Baptiste makes...
Let's go.
The tear machine stands in the court.
No. You need tear to use the tear machine.
Oh, this music is so good.
This is the door to the room. You
Just a moment. We should talk about our progress on the investigation.
The air outside is brisk. The lieutenant is silent for a moment. He listens to the...
Now then, we should talk about the investigation. But I also feel you're a bit hazy on the RCM. Our role here? Well, we inspected the victim's body. I would say our initial inspection was... In addition, we got that body down from... I still feel like we're missing something. But we performed...
He's right. You could smell it. That's...
Now, as for interviews, my list of people to talk to here in Martinez. Very important indeed. Well, he wasn't particularly forthcoming with useful information.
He's not saying much in the letter because he thinks you could have gotten more out of Everard.
Well, we will have to. Claire also helped you, how should I say, remember your name? That's a relief. Moving on, we tried to interview the White Palms rep, but she asked us to do something for her first. I have a feeling Joyce knows how dangerous the situation really is. We have to get her.
If Kim is emphasizing something...
Above all, today was exhausting. What's with all the running? You run a lot. Is that a standard Precinct 41 practice? It's impressive, especially for a your age. And those nice shoes, by the way. I like the green. Goes with the orange. They're quite limited, actually. The power officers of the Ravachol Citizens Militia exercise most frequently is imposing fines of up to 1,000 real. Yes, although indirectly, as citizens can always request records from their local station. Officers of the RCM have been known to take bribes of less than the prescribed fine amount. It undermines trust in the RCM. We can arrest people, of course, but rather than bringing someone in directly, it's preferable to serve the station closely. As you may have gathered from the fact that we are expected to carry a record of our kills, like the one in the waterworks, we are permitted to use whatever force is necessary. The coalition blocked the RCM, or perhaps it is better to say we were alone to fall. Silence. A great comment to such a conundrum.
The dying lights of the city.
They really don't like us here. And the mouth on that kid, you know. It's different in them, in general, in the GRIH. It's our fault for leaving this place to the dogs, to the Union, to the company, not daring to come here more often. It's like we run this city. West of the river is RCM land. It's incredibly hard. Human beings are... But we are in control, and it's me too. But I wouldn't count on any...
He is very tired, but the dark circles under his eyes make him look younger, not older.
The Moralist International are the world's largest political organization. You know who they are. They have been running this place after the revolution failed. Okay. There are a union of center-left and center-right parties across the real belt. Our coalition government is just one of its many projects. They also run the ICP. Do you? My kind of police officer. Yeah, it's getting very cold now. Let's go.
Nice skill points. That's so fucked.
The bed is cold and not particularly inviting, but it's yours.
The option to go to sleep becomes available every night after 9 p.m.
The sheets feel at once coarse and clammy against your skin. The bed sags beneath your weight as you and then sleep. And then sleep doesn't come. Obviously, you're in bed with it. Maybe it's the bed's fault. It's a little better. Colors, scenes, something to do with. What was it that the lieutenant said? Union, your breathing steadies. A great silence washes over you.
Do you remember the scent of your childhood? Do you remember your wife's hand on your face? Do you remember the warmth of her thighs? Between her, you know who I am. I'm the bad day. The one where you ask it, reality will turn into a grotesque nightmare. This'll be the... Oh no, Funky baby, you stay. It was the rest of it. Tell me, where are your friends? Human, they were only cramping your descent into the abyss. Now they're gone. You failed Elysium. Everything. The Pale and the useless. You really dropped the ball, Harry. 4.6 billion. You're not coming back from shit. Thrashing around in that high conductivity state of yours. Bumping into things and that. You're trying to what? I can't hear you.
So something is wrong. Sleep shouldn't be this bad, this dry, this unnourishing. Oh yes, party boy, and it's worse than the one before. Just think of the shit you saw. Time to go to work in the shit factory.
Good going, buddy. Really? Because you feel even worse this morning than you did. You mean, why are you so tired? Too tired and down to even think? It is worrying, isn't it? You can't be a detective like this. It's just that your heart has finally pumped all the speed out of your system, Buster. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Speed is a potent central nervous system stimulant. It kept you propped up all day yesterday, despite your debility. It's power, man. It's professionalism. It makes you feel like you're young again and ready to detect, ready to go to war against the world. Of course, Martinez is you, and Speed will be happy again. You will make her come. A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, your face, adorned with the expression.
I gotta just try it once.
A mirror hangs on the bathroom wall. In it, the chain cutters slip out of your hands as you attempt to twist the faucet into place. Well, you know one thing for sure. You've probably never been a plumber.
Come on. Whatever. I want to open them. It's trying to knock on a motherfucker. Come on, there we go.
Morning. Looks like we can get to work at once. The Union muscle turned up. They look rowdy. We should talk to them. Everything points to the Dock Workers Union. The belt used for hanging, which may, of course, all be wrong. But we still need to talk to them, and it won't be easy. I mean ungovernable. Martinez isn't exactly enthusiastic. Men who drink beer for breakfast? There's talk of an armed wing of the Union called the Hardy Boys, who are responsible for state policing. I think it's them. One more thing before we do. We don't have to talk to them immediately. We can walk...
Yeah, streetwise. But aren't you curious to know...
They're in no hurry to leave. They think they own the place.
Indirect modes of taxation. Turns out, those Financial Oversight Committee gangsters stuffed millions of hard-earned dividends away in the last place anyone thought to look. The hearts and minds of everyday Rivisholians. You need to spread that deregulation gospel to the people. Tell them about that foreign fair tax. Preach that 98% gross burden. Preach it, preacher man. Set the brothers free. Taxes are racist.
Can I help you? Got the 20 real? Good. You got the room for the night, but remember, you'll need another 20 real. Do I have a shaker in my hand?
It's not a shaker. It's nothing.
Am I wearing a little bow tie? Am I smiling? Do you see me smiling and shaking my little shaker? No. Because I'm not a bartender.
Play it calm. This man needs to understand you need a drink to help the community deal with police stuff.
Oh, well, in that case, let me pour you a nice, big, refreshing marinella. Do you want that out of a glass? Or a pint? Don't be an imbecile. I'm not going to serve you a marinella. I have work to do and broken things to fix. If that was all, I'd like to return to it. God.
Oh, but he should be. Lay it on him.
Oh my god.
Life doesn't have a back button. Now get off your ass and speak the truth about Sylvan.
Oh no, 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 no.
Wonderful.
It is. It's wonderful.
No, no.
What does that mean? Cock carousel.
Oh my god.
God, does it mean you talk to her?
What else do you need? The man leans his hands.
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I found it on the ground. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should...
Or you broke the bird. It can also be... Yes! The bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
What the fuck?
No, it was her. She's off to ride that carousel you told me about. Ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. Now, let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment. On my own.
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful? Another situation fixed by Dr. Love.
Oh.
Well, hello. Someone seems to have found himself a bottle of alcohol. Here's where the magic happened. Light reflects off the green glass of the Commodore Red. The gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy. There's a satisfying pop as the cork jumps out, and the hair on your back rises like an army at attention. You've been here before. Nothing. Some mental stuff. Nothing to be worried about. Physically, you'll be strong as an ox. A golden sun melts down your throat. Its rays filling your nostrils with sunshine. Your stomach melts from it into a happy, gooey mess. So does your mind. All the bad things are melting. You're you again. A real...
In the bottom right corner of the screen, there's an alcohol button. Alcohol gives +1 to physique skills. Physical instrument, half light, electrochemistry, endurance, pain threshold, and shivers. This is good before rolling a white check, but damages your morale. And remember...
From the void we came.
Oh, jeez.
She's agitated, judging from the...
And there's no pub.
The closest phone booth is down the coast. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am.
It's fine, I understand. Thank you anyway. I'm glad to see you again, dear. Please don't trouble yourself about me, sweetie. The union office probably has a phone, but I can't really get there.
or to the phone booth down the manager was vague about.
Why would he be vague about phone problems? This is something to look.
To let the young woman who's house sitting for us know that we may be delayed. Morel, my husband, I was also hoping she'd heard from Morel. That's just it. This isn't like him.
A cold breeze hisses through dense thickets of reeds. Something sweet in it.
You have more important things to worry about. Just some field work, sweetie. Morel is a highly trained sign, but they should have returned by now. They were just going down the coast.
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be it?
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful. To both of you.
You're welcome, man.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes you to the upper...
This will surely lead to a cryptozoological Yes, some left-field scientific research is exactly what you...
And if you see him, let him know Lena is waiting for him here at the Whirling. He gets so tangled up in his work that he may not know the water locks. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie. Oh, yes. A zoologist.
It's a pseudoscience that attempts to legitimize...
That's one opinion, yes.
She's used to playing off such insults casually.
My apologies, ma'am. I did not mean to undermine your hobby.
It's not a hobby, dear. It's a subfield of zoology. Searching for such species called cryptids is difficult and often...
The quality of research at Revacholian universities has been on the decline.
Just some field work, sweetie. But they should have returned by now.
The water lock. That was broken. Could this be?
Oh my. What happened to the water lock? Well, whatever the cause, I'm thankful.
You're welcome.
I hate to ask, but if your investigation takes...
This will surely... Yes.
And if you see him, let him know. Oh, you're such a dear. Thank you, sweetie.
Only too pleased to tell you.
Oh, I'd be delighted.
One cryptid, not a couple. One. To some kind of cryptid, and I don't.
Ooh, tough choice there.
Cryobacter catlensis. Yes, a unicellular bacterium that was discovered in one of the northernmost points of the bacterial colony Mijanou found had remained alive while frozen. Mijanou disappeared shortly after injecting herself with the bacteria she had brought back to study, no doubt in hopes of prolonging her own life. Everything has a price. After Mijanou treated herself with the bacteria, she stopped. We can assume that she has been living somewhere in the wilderness for decades now, all alone except for the Cryobacter catlensis. Of course, dear.
Let's get on with this.
You seem a little different.
You are far from home, Lieutenant. This isn't a district known for its love of self-proclaimed militiamen.
Not a muscle moves in her.
You are looking for Titus Hardy, who you think has information on a murder the RCM is investigating. You want to interview him. That's Titus. Talk to him, but know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Aggressive? You make your living enforcing...
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you Morrilinton lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization.
Fuck yeah.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders. Let's.
What? What was that? Whatever.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
Wow. The RCM's
Real big dick cops. Yeah, look at the big dick on that cop. Must be something in the water in Jamrock.
Yeah, gave a real nice big dicks. Yeah. Anyways.
You might want to start asking your questions.
Do a head count first. Connect these men to the tracks you saw in the yard. Starting from the right, boot size 44, blonde man, in his 30s, sitting on his right. Standard working boots, size across at the other table. Hobnailed working. He spent his youth in Villalobos, a housing project in the Jamrock quarter. And then, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 46, the big dick. The emblem on his vest says Rowing Club. In the far corner, standard working boot, steel reinforced toes, size 44, size 41, with the light step. Not a child in the middle, heaving and wheezing. Big guy, boot size 46, deep marks. In conclusion, these 7 are the actors in the crime scene. The footprints were theirs, exactly. You've stood there for about 4 seconds.
The fuck is with you, fella? What are you talking about, madman? There's no 8th Hardy Boy, there's 7 of us and we're all here. Or what? You want to be the 8th Hardy Boy?
Actually, boss, we've been talking and we think...
She? So there's an 8th Hardy and...
Shut the fuck up, Glenn! I do the talking here.
So let me get this straight. There is an 8th Hardy Boy?
That's right. We're not talking about this. This is a private... You're not cops here. Don't go dick.
Good. We are all watching each other. Officer, your question.
There's no point in pushing it further, he thinks. This is already a victory. We'll learn more about this 8th Hardy sooner or later.
So, you're not just here to swing your big dick. You're here for the...
They love him, boss. Spend all day digging...
Funny. But my partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt? Like, because we took it from the harbor where we work.
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the...
We did this. Together. All of us.
There's a catch hidden somewhere. He didn't confess so that you could take them all away. It's too simple.
There is no catch. The 7 honest men have all equally come forth to tell you what happened, so that you don't waste any more of your time.
All 7 together. They're diluting responsibility. It's an anti-arrest tactic.
How many people have you sent to the shades? Ever felt remorse for them?
Chaise électrique is the method of capital punishment in Revachol under the coalition. During the suzerain's reign, it used to be the firing squad.
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die.
Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys. Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
A trick question. Don't let her lead the conversation.
Who do you fucking think does?
Titus, no one was thinking
that there's any question who's the leader. That's how he would...
No. Fuck no! The big...
Disregard the outburst, officer. None of the boys have any comments on their power relations. That night, they acted as one. That's all. You don't have to keep answering his questions.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Why not? Yapped my ear off. Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out a lot.
What kind of
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had cohort.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. Wrong. He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
From rape to harassment to threats of violence. He regrets mentioning it.
To kill us all if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started to come in here every night. Drinking, grabbing girls. Grab one of ours mid-karaoke.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the... Show me your cunt! Why don't you show me your cunt? Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it.
Yeah, me and Eugene got around. Aren't you fucking listening?
There's something off. Seems like they don't want to talk about that rape Titus mentioned. Why not? This is a serious allegation.
No. You're not getting the name. That's a Martinet.
There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks. Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder, even if it is a group responsibility.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Lonesome, long way home. Here we go. Home awaits. Walk past Station 41 and through the market, past the Boogie Street spearhead to the other side of the lake, the frozen eye at the center of the district. Then past the video rental store on the corner. There, at the end of a street lined with pine trees, a small house no larger than a matchbox.
I've got nothing to say to you. I am not.
You could be Liz. You could be anything. You could even be a model.
Even a mod? Glenn, I went to law school. I am an attorney.
He's right. With a face like that, she could be on the cover of Le Debutante International.
So fucking what? Lots of models are actually really smart people, fuckwad.
No, Glenn, they aren't.
This didn't change her opinion of you. It's not her. She's not a hardy girl. Definitely.
Obviously, I'm a lawyer, a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. I would urge you to consider what you say to my clients.
Ah, brand new day. Who's this bozo?
Yes? Hello? Me? No one.
She doesn't really want to be. If she's such a working class woman, why isn't she working?
Looking for something to read. I know you are.
Everyone can see that. The rectangles.
What with?
What with? A lot of things. For example, people tend to go missing.
My husband? No, he's not. I don't know. At home now? Out.
Where is this going, officer?
Yes, but... No. Why are we still talking about this? I haven't lost my husband.
The woman before you. In the morning light, the white on blue police livery on the motor carriage cannot but do something important, something murder related. This is a Caprice Canema, the Caprice Motor Corps with its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox. The Canema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.4. The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Canema, even at a standstill. The unibody Caprice Canema looks sleek and dynamic. Someone has waxed it recently.
Mm-hmm. You want to take a closer look? 130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
7.2. Supercharged. Yes. An extraordinary machine.
It's nice and all, but why so modest? Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Actually, I have a pair at home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first. Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
And means no.
Alright, let's, now what should I do here? I guess I should look at mine.
This is a wall on the side of an apartment building. Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here. You have no clue. So many walls all over Martinique.
Are you trying to sneak up on me? Come to slit my throat in...
Apparently, she doesn't like logic error. She is not sleep.
Pigs come to take me out. Trying to snuff me out. Don't get fucking clever with me, pig.
You see a young man on a balcony nursing a cigarette.
Not looking for any trouble, officer.
It's the voice of someone who has something to hide, my liege.
I don't want to be seen talking to the gendarmerie, if that's okay.
Don't let him go. This could be your witness. The balcony has a great view.
There won't be a next time. I really need to get going.
This isn't the place or time for questions. Who knows who might be watching from the distance, hidden behind the curtains? For a moment, the man on the balcony seems almost vulnerable.
I am sorry, but I really don't have the information you're looking for.
But, hold on. What's that? For a split second, his hand, it's a sign.
Good luck with the investigation.
He's gone. No point in running. Tenements like these often have multiple exits. If he doesn't want to talk to us, then he'll know how to hide himself. He could be a witness. He did leave us a sign. Did you see that? He wanted to draw our attention to that. If we find a way inside the building, we can ask around for his apartment.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from... The leather upholstery is worn. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around. You try to be as silent as you can. Finally, the door... This is the flag of Revachol. The Suzerain. This isn't just one, it's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. happens in cold weather. 6 small suns are...
The tenant is an old...
By old-fashioned, he means very right-wing. The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun. A row of mugs sits on the shelf. Each one depicts a human figure, a little ring. Though cheerful, there's something disdainful in the way the curves, and it looks like the artist is celebrating diversity. But underneath, he's just making fun of these people. You ain't gonna change someone's mind. The lieutenant picks up one of the mugs.
I'm beginning to feel better about breaking into this man's apartment.
Yes, your broken mug friend would feel very much at home.
There's the missing tin soldier. Whoever lives here might have used the Whirling's container to dump his trash, and now they've drawn the ire of the Union. The plot thickens, as they say.
An interesting little clue. Let's see where this goes. Clues have a way of magically connecting to other... Perhaps you should break into apartments more often.
Who knows? I'm not expecting too much from this clothes in the trash lead either way.
You could ask Everard who this person is once you're done here. A stone. Like there's a key in.
This must be for... We'll just have to go in.
This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board says, number. It's a solid lump of metal, but the shackle is deeply corrupt. Better whip out those cutters. You won't get very far otherwise. This door has been closed with a padlock. A chalk-drawn number on the board. The shackle snaps like a twig.
After you, detective.
A plaster cast bust depicts a middle-aged man with impressive sideburns.
The white star, the photos on the wall. I think we have broken into the apartment of a young communard. How fitting.
You hear someone walking around inside. The walking stops. You can feel tension on the other side. A poor communard from the looks of it. The room is...
Do I have to open the door? Do you have a warrant?
Let's go. We don't have a reason to.
It's generally easier to do things if you have literally...
Give me a moment. The cold never does any good for my bronchitis. I'm fine. Fine. Don't you worry. Now, what do you...
She's the cleaning lady. She knows the floor plan and the residence.
Yes, yes. I know who you mean. The scrawny boy.
Somewhere in the building, a child stopped.
What's he in trouble for? Talk?
What was so funny?
He lives upstairs in room 28. Go to the balcony.
Thank you. We should go check out his apartment on the balcony. See if he's home.
What happened here? It will still be accessible through the apartment next to it. That one didn't have a door. Indeed. Ruination has come. The broken arches betray the once grand history of this building. A great force from the northeast fired into the city. Heavy art. The tenement acted as a defensive wall against the worst of the shelling until it was destroyed, and they had a direct. Those arches acted as support for only 3 stories stand where 9 to 12 once did. Restoration has failed. What the shelling took out was never rebuilt. The waves of the Martinez Inlet rolled over the fallen. What didn't fall into the ocean was used as scrap. A fleet, the combined armies of Occident, and they massed airships further down in the Bay of Revachol. Many are still there to this day. If you squint, you can just barely see
the coalition. But that was a long time ago. I think we should move on. It's chilly up here.
Ooh, the piggies have learned how to saunter up staircases. I didn't think you could do that with hooves. But yes, Uncle Maynard, Huge trouble. You're gonna...
That smell coming from her paint bucket. It's not paint. It's heavy fuel oil.
Red-dyed heavy fuel oil, intended for exclusive use in government vehicles, to be precise.
What did you think I was using? Aquarels? Sucked it out of a cop's fuel tank myself. Back in Jamrock. Something to think about next time you're driving around in your pretty little piggy carriage.
The pockets of these new jeans are perfect for sticking your hand into. Makes you look cool, calm. Hey, it's a chewing gum wrapper. It reminds you of the fruity juice of apricots. By the way, the raw materials were most likely exported from Seaguy, the apricot suzerainty.
What the fuck?
There it is again. The scent of apricots with a touch of cinnamon. Smells like the end of... Yes, from the height of antiquity. A long, long time ago. The sun sets. There is a movement next to you. The shuffle of a... Why are you talking to a gum wrapper? Bitter, citrus, sweet. It's whatever petrochemical byproducts they used to create this until a blossom of skin and flower petals erupts behind your closed eyes. Made of toffee. Feels so familiar.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my mural? Ooh. Not only have you found my address...
She does have eyes that seem to be smeared with coal.
Yes. I keep hoping a shaft will collapse on me. But somehow, it never happens. Does anyone in a city like this? It doesn't have to do anything at all. Nothing does. Like me. Right now, I'm doing nothing at all. Shoot, Piggy. It's what you do, isn't it?
How the fuck do I get to the balcony?
Give me a moment. Ask away, policeman. The artiste? Nothing I can do about her, I'm afraid. She leaves an old lady to her business. More than I can say for others.
She mumbles some kind of a response. Then... There, working class drunk, cracked it. All in a good day's work. What do you mean, what did I crack? Look at how working... No. Stop goofing around. No, it's... Yes. And you found him. Didn't she repeatedly tell you her husband isn't missing though? There's no need for champagne when there's honor, recruit.
God damn it, I already told you. My husband isn't missing. Very well then. Where is he? Excuse me? Right, 'cause working class women come with alcohol.
Remember, about that what? Never ever say what.
You were right. I do have an alcohol.
Ah, lad. Knew it.
I did, and he is. He's also an alcoholic. No, he's not. Or maybe he is, I don't know. I haven't seen him for... Well, to hell with him.
I wouldn't be so sure. Man, just to be completely...
Report what? He's just out drinking with his friends. I'm sure the police has better things to do than to chase down local goofballs.
She sighs, but you can...
All right, go ahead. Do you have any... Honestly, not that different from you. No. He is definitely not a cop. What else? He was wearing a dark brown leather jacket with a bright blue inner lining. It's his cool jacket. God knows it's too cold to run around in this, but he refuses to change.
Who cares about the cold when you have your cool jacket?
I even tried throwing it away once, but he just dug it out of the bin. Can you believe it? Well, what can you do? I hope that at least that extra lining helps him keep warm at night. Yesterday morning, he went to the library. He went to retrieve my book, and because we talked about this. We talked about not wandering off again. I don't know what to do. I honestly don't know what to do with his addiction. Just makes me feel weak.
Gone for around 36 hours then. Damn, this is a missing persons case. She turns away from you in an attempt to recover.
So you are going to look for him? Thank you. Please do. Even though I'm sure he will...
I'm sure he will too. When he does, would you let Precinct 57, Kim Kitsuragi, know?
I will. Of course, officer. As I said, it's probably nothing.
The curtains She speaks almost as if she's trying to put a spell. Oddly enough, the more she tries to draw you, just as you're about to pull apart the curtain.
Sir, don't touch that. I told you it's off limits for the customers. Parapsychologically speaking, we're done if you decide to open them. I won't be held responsible.
She looks away, mumbling. Why is everyone always messing with the curtains? Why can't they just buy books like normal people?
Why? It's not like anyone was killed there. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be so impolite. Just please don't go there. I can't allow that.
The curtains do seem frail suddenly, not robust enough to contain a slippery darkness.
No! Please just talk to me, officer. Come here.
Talking is always good. There is something mysterious about the curtains, tattered with age and covered in dust, hang before you, as if taunting you.
Hello again, esteemed officer. And well, I already told you. It's just a storage room. Just let it go, officer. Go buy some goddamn books. You're supposed to be drawn to the books.
She recites it like it's a poem. She's so tense, it's a miracle she hasn't slept in half yet.
A spell? As if. This place doesn't need any spells or hoodoo mumbo-jumbo. This place has... Okay, fine. It's just because this place is cursed. Just, are you happy now, officer? Happy that you've ruined everything?
Host of hosts, she prays. Guard me and my honest business venture from the curse that...
The curse is so much worse than you could imagine. It's the curse of financial distress.
Didn't that curtain just move?
But officer, there's nothing natural about entire companies declaring bankruptcy. I'm talking about cacodemons feeding off bad business. There's something wrong with this building, I can tell you. Ever since I arrived, I've sensed an eerie lingering presence. As if I was on... Most certainly not. I don't want anyone...
My liege, you know what this case calls for? A para-detective. Slither up to her, you silver-tongued fiend. Show her what world-class perfidy looks like.
Are you sure? Don't think I haven't seen charlatans before. You're no para-detective. You look nothing like one.
You look like one. The lieutenant keeps his usual stony calm. He silently picks out his notebook.
How do you know all this?
Here we go.
You're parsimonese. Oh, it means our meeting, but I am not the only one at risk. I have to think of my daughter. You are certain you can help us? Keep us safe?
Oh, certainly so, ma'am. I can assure you my partner is eminent in this particular field.
If you promise, good officer, then you might be our last hope. Do you swear it? Thank you, sir. There's one more thing I haven't told you about yet. The entity.
Do not act surprised. You know of these things, sire.
You have? The entity takes the form of a woman, a witch probably. I've suspected that she must be connected to the curse ever since I first saw her. Did you know that? Yes, that chimney is part of a natural furnace, and it's enormous. Some unnatural magic, I assume. You should go find the entity and ask what happened. Oh, and please do return to me after you've looked round. I'm quite...
Unbelievable darkness and ruin. What you discover? Probably just some office space. Don't...
Okay, but please, only a few questions. It's not good to talk about the curse, not in detail. The
Wow. Void raves. You have new words.
Yes, I've contacted numerous parapsychologists. And even the wards help to keep the doom at bay and protect us against... Oh, this! No, it's a special Himian amulet. Blessed by... There are numerous spells cast throughout the store. I had the books anointed with a different inducement spell, for example.
Desert pygmy shamans. That sounds like a rather questionable way to describe a group of people. The woman before you scans the... The display rack is brimming with rows and rows of Hyundai, maybe 100, not even close. Man from Hyundai in hell. Man from Hyundai. A twinge at the back of your head makes you flinch. Your eye starts twitching. Your hand reaches toward a book with glossy cover art of the very muscular man from here. She's laughing at him. Between the throne and the Hyundai man lies a bonfire, casting shadows on the wall, especially those leering types who seem to wear nothing but an armored bikini. There's also, it's symbolic of the display rack before you is burdened under piles of man from Hyundai novels.
It is a bestseller for a reason.
You see a dimly lit room full of dusty furniture and trash. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of Seminese trinkets and charm. After exerting some force, you manage to turn the key.
Ooh, that's gonna come in handy.
A barbell lies on it's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then. It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't.
No, it's not that. It's the stale smell of. It's just a memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Oh no.
You manage to hoist it off the ground, but the barbell feels wobbly and dangerous. See? See? This place is cursed.
Fuck you, stupid barbell. Oh no.
Weightlifting was never my favorite either. At the station gym, I mean. I prefer running. It clears your head. What is this place? I think you're right. Though it looks like no one's been. I doubt the electricity still works.
Some specks of dust shimmer in a faint beam. An eerie feeling rises in your chest.
Sounds good.
What the fuck? Why doesn't this fucking flashlight work?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered. Some of the writing has. These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of translucent Welkins. Who are all those creatures? You should adopt one of those Welkins as your one of the Welkins, towering among the rest. It's Vara Hamira, The hull door.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little welking creatures. Just look at those details. So much effort.
The photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped entire. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, albeit dark and cold. This vision also feels cozy in its own. A pinned postcard reads, "This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like spring. It looks at mini stands for a mini meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing as time goes.
Looks like they did.
A note in the bottom left, the handwriting. The full text reads, "This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube."
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
What he means is that these things cost money.
But we are looking for a fridge, and we are pressed for.
On the other hand, it's not that. This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5. The machine lights up like some prehistoric. It's empty.
This is where the memory should go.
Nothing. Something's missing. Nothing happens. Nothing. Something's missing. This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic. History classes, radio frequencies, unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system. Perhaps. The web is comprised of radio stations. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap. Whoever decides to call in, a list of names under the stations suggests people across. There's no way a little basement studio.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their project became. Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
Nothing. It's just lines on marble.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace? No, that's not it.
Like he's ready to...
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers. No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard. Indeed, those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in...
Not in Revolution.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an interinsulary game before. Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world. Then there's the game master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations.
Coordinating so many games.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but... Ah, yes, the doom of bad business practices. Okay, let's keep moving. Yes?
iron safety curtain curves before your eye. This must be where the entity lives. What an odd thing to do. Still nothing. Those curtains prove to be surprisingly sturdy. If this is really an entrance to the chimney, then there must...
Can you please try to refrain from attacking random things? Ghosts aren't real. Didn't your parents tell you that? Yes?
This is so dumb. Maybe it's bugged.